Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Jitendra. I am preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I am going to talk about the transcendental knowledge. Chapter 4 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Mahaprabhu from ISKCON temple. And I would have to say Srimad Bhagavad Gita is neither religious book nor spiritual book, but in true sense pure book, the science and humility. I am trying to propagate a humility on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempt to commit suicide on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's get into chapter number 4, verse number 11. So let's start. ये यथा में प्रपदन्ते तास्य थेव भजामयम मम वर्तनानु वर्तते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वस. As all who have surrendered unto me, I reward them accordingly. Lord Krishna here stated, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. And everyone follow my path in all the respect, O son of Prutha. Everyone follow my path, O son of Prutha. Is my transcendental effulgence. Here Lord Krishna stated everyone is searching for Krishna in a different aspect of his manifestation. Everyone is searching of Lord Krishna in the different aspect of his manifestation. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is a partially realized in his impersonal Brahma Jyoti effulgence, and as the all-pervading super soul dwelling with everything, including the practice of atoms. The Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotee. Lord Krishna is fully realized by his true devotee. Lord Krishna's true devotee. So this is what Lord Krishna here mentioned. If you surrender unto me, then you will get a reward of all such a things. And if you surrender unto me, I will reward them accordingly. My devotee will definitely always situated into my heart. I will never far away from my devotee, and my devotee will never far away from me. Lord Krishna further stated, Akmana sarvasya kamo va moksha akama udaradhiya Tivendra bhakti yogena yajanta purusham parama. Here Lord Krishna stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotee, the true devotee, the main condition of the devotee, how to become a devotee, how to associate in devotional services. There is a one condition, without desire. We don't have to keep any kind of desire, or it's desirous of all the fruitive results. Is after liberation, one should with all the effort try to worship the Supreme Personality Godhead for complete perfection, culminating of the Krishna consciousness. कंकासत कर्माण सिद्धि यजंत इह देवताः श्रीपहि मानुषे लोको सिद्धि भवति कर्मजा. Siddhi bhavati karmaja. Here Lord Krishna stated, man in this world desires the success in the fruitive activities. Man in this world always desire to get a success in the fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. They worship the demigods. Means why would we all worship the demigods? In order to get a quick result of our desire success in the fruitive activities. In order to fulfill our desire, we are worshipping to the demigods, and we will get a result. Of course, we will get a result. Men get the results from the fruitive work in this world. If we worship to the demigods are appointed by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead, and Lord Krishna has given the different department to the different demigods. And there is a great misconception about the gods or demigods of this material world. Men of less intelligence, although passing as a great scholars, take them demigod to be various form of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality Godhead, Madhusudan Madhav Mukunda Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of God and Lord Krishna. If we surrender unto Lord Krishna, then Lord Krishna will definitely give a reward to all of us accordingly, as per our karma, as per our deeds. This is stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Veda say Nityo Nityanam. God is one. Ishvara Parama Krishna. It's mentioned in Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sachidanand Vigraha. Anadir Adir Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. Brahma stated Krishna is God. Lord Shiva stated Krishna is God, and even other demigods are stated Krishna is God, and I would say Lord Krishna is God, the supreme person is Godhead, and Lord Krishna stated, yes, I am the God, worship to me. Lord Krishna stated, Aham Bij Prada Pitaha, I am seed giving father of this entire universe, entire world. I am the seed giving father. This is stated by Lord Krishna. Ishvara Param Krishna Sachidanand Vigraha Anadir Adir Govind. Anadir Adir Govind. He is the cause of all the causes. Anadir Adir Govind. He was in the middle. He was in the ancient, medieval and also modern era. He is the supreme. He is the supreme person. He is the excellence. And I would always worship Lord Krishna's excellence, because I have never seen this kind of excellence in any God, because He is the God, He is the supreme person, the Godhead, Madhusudan Mukunda Krishna. So Lord Krishna, yes, anyone who thinks that God and the demigods are the same level is called atheist. Anyone who think, listen it very carefully, what kind of people are known as atheist. Anyone who think God and demigods both are same, these all people are called as atheist. Means atheist people, and means Pasandi, and even the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot be compared to the Supreme Lord. The great demigods, that is a category of the demigods. Indra, Varun, Vayu, Agni, the sun, these all are the demigods, the first level demigods. Brahma and Lord Shiva both are supreme demigods, and the supreme person of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is the ultimate God, and Lord Vishnu is the ultimate God, because he is the Palanhar, he is the maintainer of this entire world. Even Sripada Shankaracharya, the leader of the impersonalists, maintained that Narayan or Krishna is beyond this material creation. Narayan, Krishna, Narayan, Vasudev, Madhusudan, Mukunda, Kesisudan, Kesava, Hey Girdhari, Hey Govardhan, Hey Madhava. He is the supreme God. He is the supreme person of Godhead. If you come to know about Lord Krishna, then you will surely reach to the Lord Krishna. You will surely get Lord Krishna. And they get the result but don't know the result, so obtain a temporary or meant for less intelligent person. The intelligent person is in Krishna conscious. Intelligent persons are always in Krishna consciousness, and he has no need to worship the paltry demigods for the some immediate temporary benefit. The people who are in Krishna conscious, they don't need to worship any demigod, because if you serve to the root, if you serve to the supreme energy, then it will surely be distributed to the other demigods, because Lord Krishna's energy is something like is distributed to other demigods. Lord Krishna further stated, Chaturvarna Maya Srushti Guna Karma Vivagasya. Chaturvarna Maya Srushti. Lord Krishna here clearly stated why I have created this society. Chaturvarna Maya Srushti Guna Karma Vivagasya Tasya Karta Api Ma Vidya Akarta Avyam. Tasya Karta Api Ma Vidya Karta Avyam. Tasya Karta Api Ma Vidya Karta Avyam. Here Lord Krishna stated, Chaturvarna Maya Srushti Guna Karma, the quality and karma, the quality and deeds, on the basis of the quality and karma, I have created this entire society. Chaturvarna Maya Srushti Guna Karma Vibhagasya Tasya Karta Api Ma Vidya Karta Avyam. According to the three modes of the material nature, the work associated with them, the four divisions of the human society are created. According to the karma, according to the work, according to the mode of the material nature, I have created the four divisions of the human society, and I am the creator of this entire system. But however, you should know that I am at not non-dual and being unchangeable. Chaturvarna Maya Srushti Guna Karma Vibhagasya Tasya Karta Api Ma Vidya Karta Avyam. Ma Vidya Karta Avyam. However, I have created this entire society, four divisions of the society on the mode of the material nature, on the basis of the karma and the quality of the particular person, not on the basis of the birth. Listen it very carefully. Lord Krishna is never created. This is for division of the society on the basis of the birth, on the basis of the caste, on the basis of the genetics. Lord Krishna is never created. Lord Krishna here clearly stated, I have created this material society on the basis of the karma, on the basis of the quality, on the basis of the nature of the particular person. Lord Krishna further stated, na karmani lipanti na me karma phalas puha. Lord Krishna here stated, na me karmani lipanti na me karma phalas puha. Itima yo bijanti karma vinasa badhyate. There are no karma which can tie me. There is no work for that affect me. There is no karma which affect me. Listen it very carefully. There is no karma which affect me, nor do I aspire for the fruit of the action. Nor I do aspire the fruit of the action. One who understands this truth about me always does not become entangled in the fruitive reaction of the work. Always not entangled in the fruitive reaction of the work. Lord Krishna further stated, इव जात्य कृत कर्म पूर्व अपि मुमुक्षुमि कुरु कमेव तस्माद पूर्व पूर्वतर कृतम. Here Lord Krishna stated, all the liberated soul in the ancient time acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore you should perform your duty following their footsteps. You have to perform your prescribed duty following their footsteps, your ancestor and all. Lord Krishna further stated, there are two classes of the men. Some of them are full polluted material things within their heart. Some of the full polluted material things which are in their heart. And some of them are materially free. Who are in Krishna consciousness, these all people are materially free. Krishna consciousness is equally beneficial for both this person. And those who are full of the dirty things can take to the line of Krishna consciousness for the gradual cleansing process and following the regulative principle of the devotional services. And those who are already cleansed to the impurities may continue to the act in the Krishna, in the some Krishna consciousness, so that other may follow the exemplary activities and thereby be benefited. And foolish persons or neophytes in the Krishna consciousness often want to retire from the activities without having the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So Arjuna's desire to retire from the activities on the battlefield was not approved by Lord Krishna. We all have to understand who is Krishna and what are the duties of what are the duties we all have to perform for the Lord Krishna, because he is the supreme personality Godhead and he is omnipotent and omnipresent. There is no comparison of Lord Krishna with any demigods or any gods. So demigods are there and supreme demigods are there. Supreme demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. की कर्म किम कर्मति है कवयोपि मोहिता तत् कर्म भी प्रक्षामि यज्ञ ज्ञातवा मोक्ष से सुबतः. Here Lord Krishna stated, the supreme, even the intelligence are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. What kind of action we have to perform and what kind of action we don't have to perform. Even intelligent peoples are bewildered. Now I shall explain to you what is action, and knowing what you shall be liberated from your all the misfortune. Lord Krishna here stated, कर्मणो हापि बोद्धव्य च विकर्मण अकर्मण बोद्धव्य ग्रहणा कर्मणो गति. What kind of karma, what kind of vikarma and what kind of akarma, once you understood, you will never fall down this material world. Your Lord Krishna here stated, intricacies of actions are always there, hard to understand. What kind of duty we have to perform, it's very difficult to understand. But therefore one should know properly what is action, what is forbidden action and what is inaction. What is action, what is forbidden action and what is inaction. Once you understood, you will never fall down this material world. If one is serious about the liberation from the material bondage, one has to understand the distinction between the action, inaction and also unauthorized action. Action, inaction and unauthorized action. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of the action, reaction and permitted action, because it's very difficult to subject matter and to understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes. One has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme person of Godhead, Lord Krishna, and always perform your prescribed duty in order to please Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, कर्मण्य कर्मस यह प्रच्छेद कर्मणि च कर्म यह बुद्धिमान मनुष्य च युक्त कृतस्व कर्म कृतः one who see in action and action in inaction is intelligent among the man, and he is the transcendental position although engaged in all the sort of the activities. The person acting in Krishna consciousness is naturally free from the bonds of the karma. The particular person who is always performing his prescribed duty in order to please Lord Krishna is always free from all the karma, bondage of the karma, and his activities are all performed for Lord Krishna. Therefore he does not enjoy or suffer any of the effort of work. Consequently, he is intelligent in the human society who are in the Lord Krishna's consciousness. And akarma means without reaction to the work, and impersonally sees to fruitive activities out of the fear. So the resultant actions may not be stumbling the blocks on the path of self-realization. Stumbling the block of the path of the self-realization. Lord Krishna further stated, Yasya sarva samarambha काम संकल्प वर्जिता ज्ञान इंद्रियाणि कर्मण तमादु पंडिता बुधाः. Here Lord Krishna stated, one who is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire of sense of gratification, and he said by says to be workers for whom the reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of the particular knowledge. त्यक्ता कर्म फला संजय नित्य तृप्ता निराशय कर्मणीय अपि हारत्यपि नेव कंचित करोति छः. Here abandoning all the attachment to the result of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, and he performed to the fruit of action although engaged in all kind of undertaking. Means however that person will never have such a duties who have undertaking all kinds of activities who are in Krishna consciousness. There is a no duty of the particular person. So this is a benefit of Krishna consciousness. One can easily make himself free from the material bondage. I hope you all can understand. If you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe.